Alright folks, welcome to my first full video of SWAtalk, where we're going to talk everything Southwest Airlines. Welcome to my hotel room, where I am stuck at for probably at least 24 hours today because all my flights into Denver have been canceled because of the snowstorm, amongst everything else that's going on. So we have a lot to talk about. Today is March 19th, so stick around. My name's Oliver, and this is SWAtalk. First things first, I'm being asked a lot why we are still flying, and it's not from anyone on the plane. This is from my family and friends and people on the street, even though I'm not on the street because of the virus. Just regular folks, not on the airplane, asking me why we're still flying. Well, great question. The economy is extremely dependent on the airline industry. Just like your grocery stores, your pharmacies, you're still gonna have interaction in there. You're still gonna be close to people. True, you're not gonna be in a metal tube. But trust me, the way flight loads are today, you will be very spaced out. So I will tell you that everyone that's on the plane is extremely, extremely thankful that we are still flying, because they need to get where they need to go. Whether it is the extremes for a business, or they have to get home to see family members or take care of family members that are in need. Without the airline industry, that's not going to happen. And the economy, and what I feel like would be chaos from not being able to get people where they need to go. So yes, there is the fear of transporting someone that unknowingly has the virus. I feel like that's just the way that society is going to be right now, whether you're on an airplane or walking down the street. So I'm not going to tell you to get on an airplane. I'm not going to tell you, hey, we need you to fly. That's your own choice. Why am I doing it? I am doing it because I am giving back. You know, there's people that need to fly, and they can't fly without me being on the aircraft. So trust me that Southwest Airlines is going through unprecedented measures to take care of us as crew members and you guys as passengers. As you probably heard, or you have seen if you've been on our flights in the last couple of days, we are only doing water service and snacks. And by water, I mean we're going to give you a can of water. Yes, we have cans of water because it's crazy. But canned water, it's delicious. But we're going to give you an unopened can of water and a snack. And that is to minimize our passenger contact. The biggest amount of time that we spend out in the aisle is taking drink orders, and how many people in the window seat don't speak up, so I have to lean in to ask them what they said or what they want, and that is cutting all of that out. So we are giving out a can of water and a bag of pretzels on the flight, and then we're going to go through with garbage a minimum amount of time. And that's going to be it. And I'm out, I'm flying. I just did this yesterday. I will say that I have never been so bored on a flight was sitting in the back galley, because I know that I need to go out into the aisle as little as possible. So the company is protecting us, which is in turn protecting you guys. That's what's going on. We are doing our best to take care of you guys, so thank you if you are flying. Thank you for letting us take care of you and keeping you safe, because that's what we are here for. Next up, airlines cutting capacity. So this is huge right now. Obviously, our flight loads are super low. You guys love that because how many people ask me on the airplane, is it a full flight today? Well, no, it's not a full flight today. I can tell you that. So because flight loads are so down and because of the big three not being able to fly internationally, which then because they're international, passengers can't come in and then connect onto the domestic flights. That's killing the capacity for them. So for instance, American is cutting capacity by 75%. That's huge. I can't even imagine that. United is 60%, Delta is 70%, JetBlue is 40%, Spirit's 25%, and I'll have to look at what Alaska is. We are cutting capacity starting in April, mid-April, by 20% through the beginning of June. Why can we do 20% and not have to do 75%? Well, we run a completely different route network, how I want to say it. We do a lot more point to point. And then, so we go all around the United States along our route map. We do have focus cities, and I'm sure you're aware of that, like Denver, Dallas, Vegas, Chicago, that we can connect to then put on different smaller flights. But again, it's more of a point-to-point network, so we would be cutting. Now, this hasn't been announced yet, so again, this is just me thinking that we will probably be cutting more of the focus city to focus city. So like Denver to Dallas, we have probably like 5 or 6 flights a day. Well, we're going to cut that down a little bit. So it'll be stuff like that. That's why you're only going to see 20% from us. Will that change in the future? It very well can, because it's a whole new ball game out there. Nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow, let alone a week from now. So that's what's going on. There's a lot of cancellations. Today, Southwest has already canceled over 30% of their operation. We have done it because, so Chicago's air traffic control tower at Midway, not O'Hare, just Midway, where we fly into. We don't fly into O'Hare. Their controllers tested positive for COVID-19. So that tower, from what I understand, is still closed. We flew through there yesterday. We were one of the few flights that were not canceled. And our pilots said that they were communicating amongst themselves. So basically they are their own air traffic control, which is why we have canceled most of our flights, because when you have that going on, you need to space out flights a lot further apart for safety reasons. So completely safe. Our pilots are very trained to do that, and they actually enjoy doing that. So and then Denver today, snowstorm, blizzard conditions supposedly going to be happening here in a couple hours. So we have canceled, as far as I know, everything past 10 a.m. Everything has been canceled. And then you have Vegas today. Vegas air traffic control tower also got closed today because of COVID-19 with their air traffic controllers. So I haven't really read in too much about that one yet, but I'm guessing it's going to be quite similar to Chicago Midway, even though Vegas has a larger operation since they have a lot more airlines that go in there. So there's that. Salt Lake City yesterday had an earthquake. So it's just, yeah, it rains, it pours. And if it could pour any harder than it is right now, I don't think we would be able to survive much more. So just know that we are hanging in there for you guys, and I appreciate you guys hanging out with us on the aircraft. So some positive news, if anything can be positive out of this, is I'll say our balance sheet as Southwest. We have, from a cash to debt ratio, the best scenario of any airline in the US. I don't know about the world, but in the United States, we have a very good balance sheet to keep us alive a lot longer than I'm gonna say any other airline in the US. We have prepared for this. Gary Kelly, our CEO, is a genius. Him and the executives up there, you know, you can't see this happening, but after 9/11, obviously you have to prepare for it. And when other airlines get complacent and think, well, it's been 20 years since 9/11, so that's not going to happen again. Well, here we are. This is way worse than 9/11, and it's survival of the fittest. And I will tell you that Southwest is the most fit airline in the United States. So we're going to stick around for a very, very, very long time. Next year is 50 years for us, and there's going to be 50 years after that. So I'm not going to lie. There's other airlines, without a doubt, that are going to go under because of COVID-19. Compass Airlines has already said that they are going to cease operations at the beginning of April. So unfortunately, it's going to happen. You know what? I'm doing my edits and then I keep thinking of more stuff to talk about. The other thing is change fees. You're going to have all these other airlines who, you know, hey, we're not charging change fees during all this. Well, very important that you read the small print, because it depends on what days you booked the flights, what days you're going to fly the flights. That all takes into effect if the no change fee is going to apply to you. Why that's a positive thing right now, Southwest Airlines, we don't charge change fees. We're hopefully never going to charge change fees. So when you see those articles about United and Delta and everybody getting away from their change fees for this, just remember that we've always had no change fees. So now to include on that is, with no change fees with the other airlines, is you have to pay the difference in the fare. So if you want to fly, so if you're flying tomorrow and you want to fly Saturday, you're gonna have to pay. You know, it sometimes it can be crazy. It could be $1,000 extra because the fare that close in is now $1,000 more. So we also have made you pay for the difference in the fare, but not now. I'm not sure when it's going to end, but for right now, any fare change, any fare difference, we're not going to charge you for. So whatever you paid for your original ticket, if you need to change it, whatever that original ticket cost is that's just what it is. We're not going to charge you anything extra. All right, I think that's all I got for today. Discussion, get it going below. Whatever you want to talk about, Southwest Airlines or the other airlines, talk about it below. Like the page, follow me, all that fun stuff. And I'd like to get maybe a new thing going. Hashtag keep the heart in the skies, because I think it's really important that we try hard to keep Southwest Airlines going through all this hard time. So hashtag keep the heart in the skies. See all your fun stuff and send it to our Twitter page, and send it to me because I'd like to hear about it. So I'll see you in a week, maybe even sooner, and stay safe out there. And thanks for joining me.